It doesn't happen often, but sometimes the defensive play is the highlight of a game, whether it's football, baseball, basketball, any sport. And this could be the highlight of the series. And last night in crunch time, Giannis had one of those plays as DeAndre Ayton peeled off for what looked like an easy alley-oop. And the Greek Freak is guarding Devin Booker. First of all, he's guarding Devin Booker, and then he's going to go back on DeAndre Ayton. Very few players in the history of the sport could be guarding a guard like Devin Booker, then go back, and then go up and challenge a dunk. Now, we have LeBron's chase down block of Andre Iguodala. That was in the NBA Finals. That won a championship. That's like Malcolm Butler's interception against the Seahawks. That was the 2016 Finals. So the series is tied at 2 games apiece. And ultimately, the historical importance of that block is really going to be determined by who wins this series. If the Bucks come out on top, then this will be the defining moment of the playoffs. If the Suns win, we'll think back and go, oh, that's right. That was an incredible block. It might get lost in history. I like to bring up Julio Jones's catch against the Patriots in the Super Bowl loss. The Falcons, blew the 28-3 lead. Julio Jones had this unbelievable catch. Put the Falcons in prime position to kick a field goal. They would have won the Super Bowl. But it gets lost because they didn't win the Super Bowl. If the Giants don't have that touchdown pass to Plexico Burress, then David Tyree's catch is, wow, that was a fascinating catch. But that catch, you could make a case, is greatest catch we've ever seen, Super Bowl history, or certainly on the short list as far as the importance goes. Anybody who was complaining about this finals matchup isn't watching, because there's some great basketball being played. There's some really stellar performances. Devin Booker was great last night. Some questionable officiating that allowed him to stay in the game, but he scored 42. Unfortunately, he had 38 in the first 3 quarters. Got into foul trouble and should have fouled out. But Giannis's block, one of the more dramatic defensive plays that we've ever seen. McLevin, got a poll question today.
Well, a lot of people are doing this one. Which was greater, Giannis's block or LeBron's block? I guess it depends how you define greater.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Giannis's was maybe more athletic in a way.
I think LeBron's is easier because it's a chase down block. This is Giannis guarding one player and then sort of pivoting and then going up against a 7-footer, a fellow 7-footer. And I just think the athleticism, really the creativity of this, and I'm going to bring this up to Mannix, just the thought of, I'm going to go up there and try to block this, just that thought, and then to go up there and block it. That, to me, it goes back to what Pete Sampras said to me many, many years ago. And we were talking about the greatness of Roger Federer. And I said, how great is Federer? He said, he thinks of shots that I never thought, and he completes those shots. Like having the imagination. And it's something that you normally don't hear about with athletes, your imagination. Because Gretzky had to have imagination. You have to think, okay, how can I do something like this? All the great players, whether it's, Jordan, Magic, like they had this ability to go, I'm thinking of something you're not thinking, and I'm going to do something that you're not even thinking about. And I think what you saw with Giannis, and I got to factor this in, keep in mind the hyperextended knee that was probably going to end his playoff run. So if I factor degree of difficulty of trying to block a 7-footer while pivoting, and, it's not one of those running starts. LeBron had a running start, and Iguodala didn't know he was there. But that did win a championship. Malcolm Butler's play against Russell Wilson, that won a Super Bowl. He turned a loss into a win with that play. And you could make a case that's as great a play as we've ever seen in the Super Bowl, in Super Bowl history, because the importance of it. And you look at the time of it. This wasn't a third-quarter interception. This is game on the line. There's a talking hairdo right under the goalpost, ready to go out there and hand out the Super Bowl trophy. And I'm thinking I'm handing it to the Seattle Seahawks. And then that happens, and you realize, like, it takes the breath out of you. I don't know what that did to the Phoenix Suns, but Dame Lillard tweeted in real time, Giannis just won the game, and there was over a minute to play. But what that did to Phoenix, it's not just, hey, denied you 2 points and you were going to tie the game. That's something that just sort of hangs there. That's almost like a hangover the next day, but it's happening right now. You're going, whoa, what just happened here? And I think, give the Greek Freak credit. He thought, he had the imagination to think, I'm going to backpedal. I'm going to go, I'll go up and try to block. Now I'm going to block it and block it cleanly. But win a championship, we'll think back. That'll be the signature play. And maybe the signature play of Giannis's career, even though it's still very bright and a big future ahead. But that last night, that was special. Yes, Steve.
And to say that the block LeBron had is easier isn't to say that it's an easy play to make. I mean, LeBron's block was incredible, right? But it's not as difficult as the one Giannis made. Is that right?
Yeah. But the importance of LeBron's is winning a championship. And Richard Jefferson was LeBron's teammate with Cleveland back then. So he'll have a better opinion on this. But, a chase down block where somebody doesn't see you, and then what Giannis did, I thought he was going to get dunked on. And I thought you dunk on the Greek Freak. I thought it could have gone really bad for Milwaukee. That Ayton has a dunk. You survived a bad call that Booker stayed in the game and he should have fouled out. Chris Paul hasn't played well. You win this game, you're going to win the series. I mean, the importance of that play, I don't think can be understated, because I do think that could have been, you're dunking on the Greek Freak. And I think momentum-wise, boy, it changed. It was a seismic shift there with what happened.